I'm repacking a valve, which is the commonest thing in the world on these house shutoffs, or any shutoff, but particularly these old house shutoffs. Nobody shuts them off for a long time, and then when you go to shut it off, shut it off, then when you open it back up, it leaks at the valve stem. You might think the valve is leaking, but it's just this stem. It requires packing. In this nut, I had a heck of a time getting this handle off. I had to use this puller, which a lot of people aren't going to have a puller like that. Hopefully, if you're lucky, it'll come off easier than that one did. And then I dig the old packing out with these tools, and it's a kind of a lead composite stuff that one time was probably soft enough that when you screw this in, it would compress and touch the sides and seal off the water, but now it's old and hard. So I did that. Now I'm going to clean this off a little with steel wool so that we have a nice smooth surface all the way around. And then I'm going to pack it with this little rope stuff. Now you could get a rubber thing. Let me see if I can find one. Years and years ago I bought this off a guy. I think I gave him $50 for it back when $50 was like $500. He thought I was crazy a little bit. So here's the thing that I don't know, this probably isn't quite the right size, but it would look kind of like that, and see, it would go on like that. But and so the problem. See, this is an old valve seat. They don't do any of this stuff anymore. It always was difficult, tricky. And then these, you'd put these washers on, and then they could unscrew when you turn them on and off. Here's the screws. I used this a few times. I suppose I made $50 off of it. Here's an old thing that would smooth out the valve seat while it was still in the thing. Oh, this is old-fashioned stuff. It's good we don't do this anymore because it was a problem. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just try and pack it with this rope. You just wrap it around and tighten it down. I might put a little Vaseline on it, and we'll see. Or I could use, thread tape. So I ended up stuffing the rope inside this thing first. First I started wrapping around here and it didn't work, so I stuffed it in here and put a little thread tape on there. And then you don't want to get it too tight. You don't want to strip it. And plus, if it doesn't leak, that's tight enough. Now when I put this handle on, I'm going to put like Vaseline or something, I'm not sure what. Maybe put the thread tape around here, something to make sure it doesn't stick. Something like that, maybe. And then, of course, it probably hadn't been taken off. Well, I mean, that was the original packing, so it's been 40 years, probably 40 years old. So now it's been taken off. It probably won't stick anyway, but put that on there. Now, the water's off. Let's turn it on. Let's see how bad it is. I never like to turn it all the way on. It looks okay so far. So far, so good, as we say in the plumbing business.